Economic Report is live. Welcome one, welcome all to, yes, my basement studio. Important business going on out on the front porch here. So we always have my backup, and I kind of like my backup here, the basement studio, because, well, it just feels kind of homey, right? Oops, forgot to turn on my light. Uh, sure enough, this is one of the lights that I use, and well, too bad I don't have little kids anymore because this thing was super sweet. And of course, this thing even looks like it's a lightsaber, right? So the kids would have gone hog wild. Oh no, that's probably one of those sissy characters like Kylo Ren, but where's the Darth Vader one? No, 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 no. That's the Disco Vader. Here we go. There we go. Kind of a menacing here. Uh, Lightsaber here, but of course, for our purposes, we most definitely use this thing for lighting here, some lighting effects here in the studio. Uh, it does absolute wonders. It adds a little bit of character here. So I'm glad to be here at the Economic Report. Today, we're talking about stuff that matters, and matters a lot because no matter what, everybody has to eat, right? And so if I can get one common thing that everybody can relate to, well, then you'd have to say, well, this one is it. It is the grocery store. Hmm. And the grocery store means that you are going to find something to eat, and that's not the hard part. The hard part is, well, when you walk out of there, you are going to pay for something, and that's really the part of contention here today. In today's video, if you're subscribed to my channel, is all about the tariffs and, of course, some of the sticker shock coming along with it. I have a friend who works in retail, and his thought was that, pricing for stuff like for Halloween, for Christmas is going to be a little bit higher because they're counting on big pump ups from places like China, Bangladesh, you name it. They think things will be more expensive, but of course, that's kind of what goes on here. Welcome to the Economic Report. My name is Brian here, and this is a good as be a casual Tuesday morning. We're talking about the things that matter and the things that matter a ton. Uh, Go ahead and hit like, hit subscribe, and I respond to every comment as long as it's appropriate right inside the chat. Now, how many other channels do that for you? All right, grab the camera uh, for it. Oh, all right. Well, and there we go. Thank you, Mr. Silent. And of course, what do we have here? We have more people rolling on in. Uh, Make sure you are liked and subscribed to this channel so I can provide every single day to your inbox here with some type of content. Most of the content, I'm telling you right now, is going to be videos here dealing with economics, right? Because at the end of the day, whether you're a Democrat, whether you're a Republican, whether you're maybe not paying any attention to these people, the fact of the matter is the economy is one thing that tends to affect everybody. And today's cast really deals with trips to the grocery store and how the grocery store has gotten pretty expensive for a lot of people. And of course, what's another thing everybody has in common? Not just that they need the economy, well, they also need to eat, right? So go ahead and drop your comments in here. I am responding to these and sipping my coffee in the meantime. Mm. And so, with that, we are at the economic report, and I'm making sure that we are talking about the things that matter and the things that matter very much. So, one of the segments I've been working on has been going to Costco once a week and then setting a number in my head about how much I plan on spending there at Costco. And it's not necessarily that I can't afford it, but mentally I'm preparing myself about how much am I willing to spend. See, there's a difference. You walk into a place like Costco and you can go ahead and buy everything because there's so many fun things in Costco. But if you have this mental idea what you're willing to spend, well, you have a limitation then And so that's kind of the way I've approached some of my trips there to Costco. And once again, if you're liked and subscribed, do any of you go to Costco? Maybe BJ's, maybe Sam's Club. Drop a comment in the section below so I can respond to you. Because one of the things that we are always doing is we're trying to be a little bit more mindful about what we're going to actually, what we need versus what we want from the grocery store. And my trips to Costco, the past 2 weeks, I set like a $50 limit. That's not counting fuel. Fuel I get there because fuel is cheap. Plus, there's like a 5% cash back on fuel, which is absolutely amazing. So, you jump into Costco, you take care of that immediately. But the next piece is, okay, then what? And my next move has always been to set a limit, 50, $60, whatever, and get the essentials, right? Now, of course, lots of stuff looks good when you're at the grocery store, especially when you're hungry. But then you start making this list of what you need versus what you want. And that's kind of an important place to be because you can very easily blow your doors off at a place like Costco, Sam's. Uh, Man, you already have white hair. Just go to retirement. Well, we're we're far away from retirement, friend. Just call me prematurely gray. And guess what? One day you're going to have gray hair too, pal. Mm. So with that, there we go. And with that, we're going to go ahead and make sure that we are once again making meaningful conversation with the people here on this channel. And once again, we're talking grocery stores, and of course, we're talking tariffs, and of course, there is a direct correlation between the two. Latest Wall Street Journal article said since Trump has announced tariffs, there's been a 12% increase at the grocery store. Now, is there a direct correlation? I don't know. But there, one might not be causal. It could be just that, well, uh, this happened. And of course, this is what has happened during that time period. And so people are constantly looking for some way, shape, or form to attack the president. They make everything, and I do mean everything, political. And once again, we don't like political parties here necessarily on this channel. We're neither Democrat nor Republican. We really are for the people on Main Street, and that's what matters, and that's what matters a lot. Mm. As I have a sip of my Pete's coffee here, life is good. So once again, hey, go ahead and drop your zip code in here or your state that you're from. And hey, if you're from a different country, go ahead and drop that in there as well. I do respond to comments here, particularly appropriate ones that are on topic because today's topic is all about grocery and prices in the economy. Mm. Alrighty. And so with that, we will continue. Welcome to the Economic Report. Once again, I'm Brian. I'm glad to have you here. We have a daily, well, at least Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're talking about Fridays, possibly, and most definitely we have bonus days, occasionally a Saturday or Sunday if there is a breaking story that's worth covering. We will most absolutely do that. If you want to subscribe, I can provide you with information on a daily basis right to your inbox. And that seems to be a real positive way why people have here. Why did the Trump administration arrest a 6-year-old? Well, I'm not so, well, my dear friend, I'm not so sure what the Trump administration does. I would have to really take a look at the facts on that. There's probably more to the story. Uh, Oftentimes, media feeds us what they want us to do, and of course, there's the rage element here that they want people to be outraged no matter what. And I'd have to say that the average American, no matter where you are, uh, doesn't rage too much about too many things. But the people that are constantly raging, whether they're on the right or whether they're on the left, well, they oftentimes are the people who make the headlines, don't they? So with that, I'm not so sure if the feisty feisty if that's really what we're on about here. But once again, likes and subscribes are very, very welcome here. Of course, these lives are entertainment purposes, and of course, if you're feeling like you're getting entertained, go ahead and drop a like or drop a comment in there because I do respond to those things. Um, Beyond that, we are in July, and late July, August is usually the month where things start getting kind of crazy out in the streets. Chicago, it's crazy all the time. But you go to some other cities, whether it's Philadelphia right now, for instance, Philadelphia, they've been on a garbage worker, sanitation worker strike for the past 2 weeks. Now, you might find that outrageous, but if you're visiting Philadelphia, there are 9,000 workers who are no longer picking up the garbage for the past 2 weeks. And folks, talk about it stinking to high heaven. I've just seen some reports on this. It's pretty nasty stuff. And what these workers say, listen, all that I want to do is I want to have a living wage so I can take care of my family. And of course, LL Cool J, yeah, we're talking all the way from the 80s, 90s, singer, entertainer. He refused to even participate in a concert. He said he was not going to have his concert because he's going to respect the workers that, well, they're striking for a wage improvement. So I thought that was kind of a cool thing for LL Cool J. And listen, these are very, very common people doing common jobs that really, really do matter. You know, people might smirk sometimes at the garbage man, but see what life's like without a garbage man. You kind of get the idea. Well, same with your fire, your police, teachers to an extent. All these people play a very, very vital role in everyday life. But once again, I'm Brian, and this is the Economic Report. Make sure you are liked. Make sure you are subscribed. Go ahead and drop your comments in there because I am responding to those, at least if they're appropriate and if they make good sense. I can respond to them a little bit more clearly. Other headline news, of course, evidently the President of the United States has decided to push the tariff date back another 2 weeks. Yes, 2 more weeks. They pushed the tariffs back with the entire Asian Rim nations. That's including Bangladesh, including South Korea, including Japan. So maybe it's an opportunity for these countries to make a next best offer. I'm going to hope for the United States, and of course, Trump believes that there's going to be an opportunity to improve the United States budget, do better deals for the United States, and maybe even encourage, particularly countries like South Korea and Japan, building more of their factories right here inside the United States. I mean, Toyota, for instance, the Hyundai plants. You can build those cars and build them right here in the United States. The idea is you're putting Americans to work, and of course, we would be consuming those very cars that we're creating. And once again, that's kind of a cool idea. I don't know what you're driving. Some of you probably aren't driving at all, at least not yet. Yes, nothing like coffee in the morning. And once again, I'm responding to your comments. I'm Brian here at the Economic Report. We do this show live on a daily basis, and right now it's 10 o'clock or so in the morning. I have tinkered with different times. An afternoon time seems to do pretty well as well. The 5 to 7 period. Maybe, just maybe, I'll have to tinker with that a little bit more because I do get a pretty good crowd of people jumping into those casts as well. But right now, gotta be honest with you, the 10 o'clock morning seems to work out pretty well. I've got just a nice range of people showing up here, and I've got some people that show up here 2 to 3 times a week that I'm actually getting to know them, at least their online presence, which is kind of cool and kind of appreciated. It does build a sense of community. So with that, We have been here at the Economic Report. We've been here live and we're here sipping away the coffee. My name is Brian, and we have talked today about grocery prices. We've talked about tariffs, and of course, we're talking about the things that matter most because at the end of the day, we are all in this together, folks. We are all in this mess together. And once again, respect one another, and of course, making sure that we're treating each other well. Those are the important things, and those things matter a ton. And with that, when we have that attitude of doing good to others, maybe the golden rule that Jesus talked about, you really can't go wrong, I don't think. But of course, that requires a little bit of thought, a little bit of energy, and a high degree of self-control, and something that we don't always see in our world. So with that, once again, I'm finishing up my coffee here. I've got a little bit here left, so I'll stay on here. And keep on talking. Um, Hitting likes, hitting subscribes matters a ton. And once again, I am going ahead and responding to your comments in chat as they hear. I think I've got a pretty clear stream here, so there shouldn't be any type of lags going on. I know a couple weeks back I had a technical problem, and so those things are very, very real. And of course, that's part of running a live here and part of the process here. I got to be honest with you, there's another project that I'm working on here outside of the economic report. You'll notice it'll have a lot to do with that flag right behind us, and of course, the 76 flag. And we'll have a lot of things to do with, do you believe it? Coming up to the 250th birthday of the United States. That's going to be July 4th, 2026. That'll be 250 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. And what an amazing moment in history. And of course, what an amazing opportunity to start a country just like the United States, because nothing like that had ever been done up until that point of time. And it was the perfect time, the perfect place, and maybe most importantly, the perfect people to have in a room together. And maybe, just maybe, thank you. I would say your name, but I think that might be in Hebrew. So please forgive me. I might be having a bit of a struggle there. So if you can forgive me, please do. But never has there been a greater group of people combined in one room that could be channel their time, their energy, and their efforts into forming the United States. Maybe the last time anything like that must have been with it's right, it's Hebrew. Amen. Well, hey, brother, I'm glad you're here. This uh, very much appreciate. I've got plenty of friends that are Hebrew, and well, friend, if I could read that. uh, I'll tell you what. I will say one thing to you. I met a gentleman, and he was probably one of the most incredible people that I'd ever met. As a young boy, I worked at a carpet factory, and he sold carpet. Right, guy's name was Richard, and Richard was an amazing fellow, and he had escaped Nazi Germany and come to the United States, and he came here with nothing. Right, so many of the typical stories of people coming to the United States with nothing, and of course. He settled in the Cleveland, Akron area, and Richard went ahead and started this business selling carpet, right? And boy, what an incredible human being he was. And I was so glad to know him as a young man growing up. And of course, seeing what he did and the empire that he created and that his sons eventually took over was just such a great, great testimony to a fellow who had a little bit of chutzpah, I guess you'd call it, right? Um, so with that, just an amazing story about Richard. And with that, we have been at the Economic Report. My name is Brian. Make sure you hit like, hit subscribe here. I will be signing off here in maybe the next 2 minutes. And with that, just finishing off a little bit of coffee. And uh, my dear friend, Dead or Alive, hope you appreciate that story, because Richard was an amazing person. And I share that story with a lot of my other friends, because they kind of get it, and they get it a little bit more. Um, so many amazing things there. So thank you for joining me here, pal. Hmm. And of course, this economic report we talk about economics because it seems to be the one thing that affects everybody else. And listen, whether you're Democrat, whether you're Republican, or whether you're somewhere in between, what really matters is the economy affects everybody, right? Like something simple like grocery prices. Whether you're rich, whether you're poor, whether you're a Democrat, whether you're a Republican, the fact of the matter is when you walk into the grocery store, let's face it, you are getting hit with these prices, and that's kind of what we try to look at as the commonalities, because there is a ton of commonality in what we do. So I don't spend a ton of time looking at how we're different, but boy, oh boy, I try to look at the things that affect each and every single one of us, because at the end of the day, folks, don't let anybody tell you differently. But we're all in this together. How many beers before you start doing a Chinese accent? Well, I've got news for you, pal. I don't even drink. Can you believe it? I don't drink it whatsoever. I've got a, uh, lots of other things to do with my precious time and energy, and most definitely, I don't even do a Chinese accent. So please forgive me on that. So you just do the accent. I probably don't even do the accent, believe it or not. It is kind of funny though. Hmm. So with that, well, it may be boring, but it's me, and with that, uh, I do have a lot of fun on this channel. You have done it once or twice. You might be at the wrong channel, friend. So I'm not making any kind of accents for anybody. So I'm here just to roll along here. So my name is Brian. You've been with the Economic Report, and I do hope that you are subscribed, so I can catch you tomorrow, and you can catch my latest video that I'll be putting out tomorrow, as well as the lives and the shorts that I create. Make sure you're liked, make sure you're subscribed, and I will catch you later. This is Brian going ahead and signing off at the Economic Report. I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to make it awesome. And remember, folks, no matter what, remember the biggest battle you fight is the one between your ears over your thoughts, your actions, and your attitudes. And shalom to all of you. Have a great day.